Good evening, everyone. How you doing out there? This is an incredible discussion, and I am your host, Incredible, also known as Mike or Smiley, whatever you want to call me. And today we're going to be answering a question: did God create the devil? Did He indeed create the devil? And what is the origin of Satan and the devil, and basically sin and everything else? Now, we to answer that question, you might want to take a look at the story of Job. The story of Job has a lot to say about why good things happen to bad people, and why is it that you know why we have so much bad in the world. Why do bad things happen to people or good people? Period. Why is there so much corruption? Why is everything the way it is, basically? And why do bad things happen to some of us sometime? The story of Job answers that question as to why. So, we're going to take a look at like who is responsible, who is really responsible behind the scenes and everything, and responsible for all the tragedies and suffering and everything we have in this world. Who's really responsible for all the calamities and tragedies and everything else that we experience every day? That some people experience it about every day. Who's responsible for all the bad things in this world? That's what we're going to look at here today, right now. So we have a question: what was, first of all, who is the devil? Who was Lucifer? What's Lucifer's origin? How does the Bible describe him? Lucifer becomes Satan, according to the Bible, and according to Ezekiel 28, 12, 13, and 15. This is what it has to say about Lucifer. You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Every precious stone was your covering. The workmanship of your timbrels and pipes was prepared for you on the day you were created. You were perfect in your ways. Note that word perfect. In your ways from the day you were created till iniquity was found in you. It was found in him. You were an anointed cherub who covers. You were the Holy One. You were on the holy mountain. You walked back and forth in the midst of fiery stones. So Lucifer, according to this verse, he is the one who becomes the devil. As some of you may know that. The answer: he was created. So Lucifer, according to this verse, he was not created bad. In other words, he was not created bad. He was actually created, but he was not created bad. So he was created good, and he had chose to become the devil or become Satan or become bad out of his own free will. As it says here, according to Ephesians 3:9, Lucifer was created by God, as were all of the angels. We know from the Bible that every good and perfect thing comes from God. Every good thing comes from God. God only creates things that are good. He does not create anything that's bad. So the answer to the question why, why did this good angel all of a sudden become bad? Well, the answer to that is, the quick answer will be free will, freedom of choice. We all have freedom of choice. We have free will. So to choose, we have the power to choose whether or not we are going to obey or disobey. We can choose what we're going to do. We can choose to be good. We can choose to be evil. We have the choice, the power of choice. So it is the same for all created beings, even for the highest of angels in this case. So, or messengers or angels, as they're called, they have freedom of choice as well as we do, just as much as we do. They have free will. So he was a cherub. He was a cherub. He was an angel. One covering angel stands on the left. God has two angels drawn between the two cherubim. He has one on his left, one on his right. So Gabriel is the other one, or it was, that's theorized. He is the other one. So that stands on his other side, God's other side. So see, what was Satan's name before the fall? So according to Isaiah 14:12, how you are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Lucifer was this angel, and that was his name before he became Satan. Now Satan, the word Satan, or the name Satan, actually means adversary. So the adversary of God, or adversary, that's the Hebrew name. So adversary. So he's also called Apollyon. He can be called Apollyon, or simply the devil, or he can be Apollyon, or all these other names, Beelzebub, the Prince of Devils. So he has other names too. So as well. So so just the same as God has other names as well. So now, who did sin originate? Why do we have bad things in this world? Well, believe it or not, this whole war between good and evil started in heaven. The whole thing started in heaven. So, and Lucifer started it. The devil has sinned from the beginning, according to 1 John 3:8. That old serpent of old called the devil, Satan. That's Revelation 12:9. Whom did sin originate? Answer: Satan. Satan, who is also called the devil, is the originator of sin. He had rebelled. I think I've covered this in another video or previous video, that Satan or Lucifer was the one who rebelled against God, thus creating, thus allowing sin or bringing sin into the universe, basically. So without the Bible, the origin of evil will remain unexplained. That's why we have the Bible to explain. So without the Bible, the origin of evil will remain unexplained. So we will have no direction as to why these things are happening, why bad things happen, and everything else. So we see from here, God did not create the devil. Lucifer, a beautiful, high angel, high exalted angel, chose to become the devil or become Satan out of his own free will. And why? Pride was the thing that led him to sin. So according to Ezekiel 28:17, your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. You have said in your heart, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will be like the Most High. That's Isaiah 14:13-14. So pride and jealousy and discontent arose in Lucifer's heart. He soon began to desire to unseat God. In other words, dethrone God, and to demand that everyone worship him instead. So that brings me, let me say this right quick also. Now, you know how I said Lucifer was created perfect. He was created, perfect with no tendencies toward evil whatsoever. He's a creature that has been created with absolutely no tendencies and no bias toward evil whatsoever. So how did he all of a sudden get thoughts of jealousy, thoughts of pride and jealousy and everything? Like where those thoughts come from, and how is it he end up becoming jealous and being full of pride if he had no bias toward evil whatsoever? Well, the answer to that is, once again, free will. So free will, because even Adam and Eve didn't have no bias toward evil either, but they chose to still disobey God because they had their own free will. Once again, so jealousy and everything. So his own free will, because he just coveted and wanted the position of God. So just out of nowhere. So now I have a whole another video, maybe going to hold a discussion actually, like where do our thoughts come from, like how, as far as our mind, how our minds work, and where the thoughts come from, because we can generate thoughts into ourselves basically. So there's certain things we can think of and everything that can cause certain thoughts and everything else. So, but somehow he said out of his own free will he became pride and jealous of the position of God, and he wanted God's throne. He wanted to dethrone. So that's what this whole war is about, dethroning God. So he's questioning God's love and everything, but that's not the thing at all. He knows that God is love. It's just that he's trying to dethrone God and deceiving the world into thinking that God is not love. He's trying to deceive the world into thinking that God is the bad one, when really he's not, because he knows that God is not the bad one. He's just trying to trick people into thinking that God is the bad one and they should worship Lucifer or worship Satan instead. So that's his whole battle between good and evil. It is about worship. Who do you worship? Whose side do you on? And it's all about worship. So because the devil is trying to get worship for himself, Lucifer, so Satan. So he's trying to get all the attention and worship for himself. So, and why is worship such an important thing is the key factor in the ongoing conflict between God and Satan. This great controversy that's People were created to be happy and fulfilled when we worship God, only God. God is our creator. He is our sustainer. To him we owe worship because he is God and he is our creator. Not even the angels of heaven are to be worshipped. So angels are not to be worshipped according to Revelation 22:8-9. Satan selfishly sought this worship due to God only. So of course he tempted Jesus in the wilderness and to worship him. So but we know that Jesus overcame that. So and in these last days, as God calls upon all people to worship him, this will pretty much infuriate Satan even more, so that he will try to force people to worship or else be killed. So in the last days, and that time is pretty much now, where Satan is going to use certain forces and a certain system and certain people to force all those who worship God into worshiping him, or they're gonna be killed basically. So kind of like in the days of ancient Rome when he threw Christians into the Colosseum to be killed basically. So back in the day, back in the Rome Colosseum. So Lucifer was cast out of heaven, of course we know. So Revelation 12:7-9, war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon. The dragon is Satan, and the dragon and his angels fought, but they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them in heaven any longer. So the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He deceives the whole world. And he was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So he wasn't cast to the earth at first. He was cast out into the outer darkness at first. So Lucifer deceived a third of the angels. According to Revelation 12:3-4, he deceived a third of the angels, who are now demons. They call devils and demons, and caused a rebellion in heaven. So Lucifer caused rebellion in heaven. God had no choice but to cast out Lucifer and the other fallen angels, because Lucifer's aim was to usurp God's throne, even if it meant murder. So according to John 8:44, you are of your father the devil, and he, the devil, was a murderer from the beginning, and the truth is not in him. He's a murderer, and he's a murderer from the beginning. So he caused Cain to murder Abel, basically, as well. So after his expulsion from heaven, Lucifer was called Satan, meaning adversary. We just covered that. Satan simply means adversary, and the devil means slanderer. The word devil means slanderer, of course. So, but his name is actually Lucifer. So that's his name. His actual name is Lucifer. So he's called Satan the adversary, and he's a devil who is slanderer. Angels who follow Satan, demons. So we're gonna wrap this on up right here. Satan's headquarters. So it's at a place called hell. We covered that Satan is not in charge of hell. That's where he is going. He is heading to hell. So hell does not exist. Hell is the lake of fire at the end of the millennium, on the day of judgment. So he is always waiting to the lake of fire. He's not there yet. The lake of fire is not burning yet, because judgment has not taken place yet. So and so for that, he will be punished soon, very soon, but not yet. He's not down in hell right now. He is not in charge of hell. He does not rule it. He is going there, along with those who choose to follow him. So that's going to be the ultimate final punishment. So for that, I will wrap this up right here, and I'm going to have a discussion later on, and I'm going to see everyone next time. So until then, take care and God bless.